Question number two, the question is this, and again I'll read the order. In the last several years, there seems to have been a great deal of acrimony among the county commissioners, which has probably not been to the county's benefit. What in your background, experience, and perspective suggest you will be able to have a productive relationship with your fellow commissioners? And the order will be Mr. Hertzler, Mr. Eichelberger, Mr. DiFilippo, and Mr. Ravina.
Okay, well, I look forward to working with whoever the voters decide to elect in this election. I will say that as far as my background is concerned, I was elected 5 times as a Democrat in a Republican township, East Pennsboro Township, and I was elected the chair of the West Shore Council of Governments, mostly by Republicans, and I was also elected the president of the Central Association of Township Commissioners, also a majority of Republicans. And the fact of the matter is that I will work with anybody. I can work with anybody, but there has been acrimony. There has also been political tension and animosity. I think it's no secret that my 2 majority commissioner colleagues, don't talk to one another. In fact, they can't even say hello or good morning to one another, and that's not good. Now look, we live in a democracy. All of us have different views and opinions, and I value different views and opinions. But we ought to be able to get our heads together instead of banging them together in the interest of doing what's good for the people who elected us. And I pledge to you tonight that I will continue to try to do that if given a second term of the County Board of Commissioners.
Thank you. Mr. Eichelberger.
Okay, well, acrimony has many followers, especially on the Board of Commissioners in Cumberland County. The fact is that every time there's a change in a team, I used to do a lot of project management, and was a team leader and a team member on a number of occasions. So I worked with small groups before, as well as borough council and county commissioner. The fact is, every time there's a change in the team, that represents a new opportunity. Teams reform. You've got, the standard is teams come together. They've got 4 steps: forming, storming, norming, performing. I won't go into the explanation of that, but it's a life cycle as an organization comes together and people learn how to work together. But our board has tackled some tough issues, whether they wanted to or not. And we shouldn't shrink from strong debate. There's been some strong debate, and we should. I'm hopeful we don't have commissioners who discourage and disparage those who raise counterpoints, as has happened in the past. Groupthink is not a good practice. Differing philosophies lead to strong debate, and if there isn't strong debate, somebody's not doing the job they were elected to do. As terms of making the system work, I've done a lot of group facilitation. I can tell you, when we start a facilitated session, we always start with a set of ground rules. And it seems to me the Board of Commissioners really needs a set of ground rules. The best thing we could do probably would be to establish a set of bylaws, as some counties have, that establish the responsibilities of the offices and define what the roles of the commissioners more clearly are. That would avoid some confusion and some other things. Here's some quick ground rules. I'd like to see a board where people function respectfully and are willing to admit what they don't know, aren't looking and they're willing to look past the issues of tomorrow's headline in the next election. Simple rules: listen to those who know more, whether it's a commissioner or staff. Don't bully staff. Don't pit staff against other commissioners or each other. Don't encourage staff to break rules or withhold information from other commissioners. Don't lie to each other. Don't steal credit for other people's ideas. Don't misrepresent others' positions. Don't put words in other people's mouths to score cheap political points. And I believe if we focus on problem solving, as with many of the other boards in our area, the debates will be very healthy and we will accomplish a lot for the people of this county.
Thank you. Mr. DiFilippo.
Thank you. Earlier in my opening statement, I mentioned I've been a township supervisor for 10 years. I see one of my colleagues is in the audience today. And I've had a private sector background in Highmark for 30 years. I'll start with the township. As a township supervisor, when I was first elected, I was an outsider, so to speak. We had maybe, I'll call it a good old boys network. And they were very curious about me, very apprehensive. Well, one by one, I gained their respect because I treated them respect, not the way they treated me. I gained their confidence. I came up with good ideas, which they acknowledged. And I gained their support. I gained their admiration. We didn't always agree, but we got the job done. At Highmark, I have had to deal with a variety of personalities over 30 years. High-level employees, lower-level employees. But the bottom line is we have goals, we have objectives. As an elected official, we are, 3 of us will be, your boss. We will report to you. Out of respect to you, we have to get along, we have to work together. There is no option there, okay? I can deal with anybody. I grew up in a large Italian family. And I can tell you Sunday dinner was an event. We all get there, we hug each other. An hour later, we're all arguing. And as we're leaving, we're hugging each other. We're partners, okay? Partners, 3 people on this board, whoever they are. I know I can get along and work with them. I can work with Gary. I can work with Rick. I know I can work with Jim. It's just the way it's going to be. There will be no divisiveness. There will be no acrimony. I cannot talk about the past, okay? To me, the past is over. We have to look ahead. And I know whoever 3 people are on this board, they will get along.
Mr. Ravina.
I'll give you another quote. Voters are not as stupid as these 2 socialists believe them to be. Now, I thought that was referring to me too. I thought that was pretty comical because I've been self-employed my entire life since I was 19, meeting private sector payrolls for over 1,000 times. But Gary, all 3 quotes I gave, you just said you want people to be respectful to each other, but all 3 quotes were your quotes. So
That's right, they were in response to statements that you made that were essentially untruthful and disrespectful.
okay, there you go. Res ipsa loquitur.
I guess we'll go to rebuttal. Does anybody have something to say?
Well, I would just like to say that, relationships are not helped by smear tactics and not helped by calling names. And it's really kind of childish. So I think that it's important that we keep our focus on what's best for the people of this county and try to get rid of the personal politics and the smear campaigns that we've seen.
You good? Okay.